Do you believe in the existence of extraterrestrials?
Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where and when you're watching this broadcast. I'm Thomas Fessler, my friends, and this is Disclosure Tonight. Happy Monday, September 15th, 2025. Would you look at that? The year's almost over. You know, it's only like 14 weeks left until Christmas, folks. Let's stop talking about the presents and let's get to tonight's presents, man. We got some interesting things to talk about. But before we get there, let me go ahead and welcome in our audience. Who the heck do we have in our audience now in the chat? Well, let's take a look. Oh, let's do this. Here we go. We've got Amiga Rules, Andy W's here, along with April R. Coleman. We got Bones. We got Kathy Spire. Craig Smith is here. Good to see you, Craig. We got Firefly, Geraldine DeRazio, Gray Hair Discoveries. Daryl's here. Good to see you, Daryl. JB, Jan, Jason's around, along with Joey Spades, Kathy, and Kelly Broughton, those piercing blue eyes. I know you're out there somewhere, Kelly. Say hi. Megan Betts is out there, along with Melissa K. We got Mr. Catfish 2100, Necessary Dialogue. Niles Guy's here, along with Paul Johnson, Rodney Cox. Shelly Montgomery is here as well, along with the Super Unknown. I see two midgets on a horse, the Wasteland Wanderer, and Wee Beastie. How about that? I powered right through that. Let's get to it, my friends. Got a lot of stuff to talk about here. Without any further ado, let me jump into the studio. Yes, we are micless for right now, but rumor has it, well, based on what I knew earlier today, he'll be showing up here shortly. So we'll have a go at it in the meantime. Man, did anyone get out there and get a chance to see the aurora last night? Yeah, I hope so. It was completely clouded over and rainy here for hours in every direction, so I didn't get to see any in the Pacific Northwest, but my goodness, I've got a lot of great shots to go ahead and share with everybody. There's a couple live stream locations that I go ahead and watch this stuff live, and as soon as I saw the signals coming in and the strength kicking up, and then the direction of the BZ, as they call it, showing that we're charging up. Man, it was a night to remember. Without any further ado, let me go ahead, make sure our friend got in. Yes, they all made it in. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, where am I gonna go? Let's find one I can be down here in the corner and hang out with everybody. All right. Our first one here is coming from Eric's Rezel. My goodness, it started off green, and then we got green. We got some blues at the top, some purples, but my God, this is just going to go. Oh, you've got to be freaking kidding me. Oh, God, you're going to tell me that you're going to do that, aren't you? All bookmarks. Oh, different browser, friends. Let me go to a different browser. I thought this was all set to go. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong frickin' window. Hold on. Let me get to X again. Let's see my X.
There's nothing on X.
Oh, I know. Hey, Mike. How you doing, my friend?
I'm surviving.
Yeah. Oh, it's Fuck You Monday.
Yes, it is.
Continuation. Oh, you got the 3-day weekend.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
All right. We're almost there. Yeah, there's a bunch of pictures we get to see. I'm rolling out the slide, the VCR for school tonight to go ahead and show off a lot of different stuff. I'm trying to get back to when the aurora just kicked off last night. All right, one of the first pictures that came in. Let's get on to the next one. This one is from Vincent Ledvina, also known as the Aurora guy, up in central Wisconsin. Laura, did you get outside and look up last night? Look to the north?
I didn't. I was listening to it. I was actually in the basement sleeping, and Stefan Burns was talking about, he was showing the graph and how amazing. So I looked at it, and Wisconsin would have been, but I didn't go out. It was late at night, and I was just too lazy to get out in the cold and look. But yeah, it was good in our area.
Oh,
Canada especially.
Yeah, well, even mid-Wisconsin was really good. Northern Wisconsin was killer. It was in Michigan, Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, everywhere across the United States. Ohio was even far south as Arizona. I saw some pictures. So, yeah, we got some interesting things. But, yeah, when you have that opportunity, it's always worth it just to some of these things are a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yeah, and the Schumann resonance, if you look at the chart, it just whited out during that period.
Oh, nice.
It was crazy.
Nice, nice, nice. Let's get into this and see what else we've got going here. So let's get back to the next bookmark. All right, Can't Believe My Eyes, Jeremy Rand. He's someone who goes out there a lot. I believe he's in Wyoming taking some of these pics. This one came from Kirkland, Illinois, around 9:06 p.m. Central Time, out there over the farms. God, he's not that too far from where my brother lives. Man, did everybody miss this one? This one's a little earlier, and then you can see we're starting to get some pillars coming in, the greens kind of building at the bottom. Another one with some beautiful clouds. There was another one I had saw. It was live. There was a thunderstorm off in the distance and lightning coming down with the aurora all the way around it. Very, very cool. This one's from South Dakota. Another great one. Wish I could just take these and click one to the other. This one was really interesting. It looked like the sky was on fire. This was over Michigan, I believe, and I saw this one going on. He just looked at it. It's like, what the? Granted, this is a picture of the back of the camera, but what the hell? It's just an amazing picture. Let's get on to the next one here. This one is from, doesn't say, where is Weather Gamer 2 at? Storm Chaser Aurora. Well, somewhere in the Midwest, upper Midwest. There we go. Let's get on to our next one. Again, you had some really bright, brilliant greens going along the bottom, almost kind of neon. And again, you know, this is a solar cycle happens once every 11 years. You get a couple years coming in, couple years going out. We're on the way out of strength and everything. But let's go to another one. Is this the one that's going to animate? No, that's not. We got another one. This is in west of Plainfield, Illinois. I think. We've got some other ones here. This one is in Denver, in the Denver metro area. Earlier in the night, you see there's some, pillars. And here's the thing: they'll show you where the aurora oval is, but you just have to go ahead and ignore it and get out there and look, because a lot of times that's just a visual representation of potentially where the aurora is, but rarely is it ever accurate completely. This one is just like the sky is just churning green and yellows and everything getting into it. This one's kind of pretty, coming out of NWS State College, Northern Taroga School District, Williamson High School. Either way, gorgeous. Let's move on to the next one. There are some animations in here somewhere. It's just, you start to get the whole idea. This is actually up in Maine. This is a live stream I was watching last night. Amazing pics, and the whole thing was live, just watching this stuff go on for hours and seeing it build up. And if there's a representation of the sun, of the things of what's coming out of the sun, there's something called the BZ, and it's on a chart. Let's see if I can go ahead and find this right now. There we go. Resources. No, it's Aurora webcams. There we go. If you go to activity chart, see there's something here on this chart called BZ. And basically when the BZ goes south, which means that it's going below zero, that generally gives you conditions to where, let's see if I can get this back for 24 hours. Probably see last night. Yeah, probably about here is when it was going really, really well. Anyway, when the BZ goes south, and then it's after south for a period of time, they call that a recharging phase. And then when the BZ goes down and it cascades up really fast, you're going to get something called a substorm, where all the energy that went south that was building up, and when that bar, if you want to call it, that line goes up in a steep incline, sometimes in the positive, that's when you see all the magic that I've been showing so far already. So let's get back to X. Oh, don't tell me I screwed that up. Here we go. Beautiful sunset in New York last night. I got to tell you that one. This one's just amazing. Yeah, wow. Let's get on to see if I can find some with anim. This one's in Oklahoma. They had a lot more reds going on and purples and everything, and even some amber colors going down by the horizon. This is up in Minnesota, by St. Cloud, Minnesota. Again, just beautiful shots, and just seeing the light bars and seeing this stuff dance across the sky in real time is just a treat. The pictures don't do it justice. I mean, Northwest Wyoming, the colors are a little bit blown out because that's how his camera's set. They're probably not going to be that strong. It's just how someone has their camera set up. Here goes one. So that's a really great time lapse, just kind of showing all the different stuff as you're watching it throughout the evening. It's not like you go out there and it'll be the same for a short period of time. It's just always changing and evolving and building as the night goes on. Initially, it was going to be coming out as a KP5 storm. That's the overall strength of it, but I think we had a KP7 last night, or pretty much close to it. Here's another great shot. Quote on this one: I saw auroras out my apartment window, then drove 20 minutes for this shot. I think it's worth it. Wow. Amazing again. You know, this is equivalent. We had two really big solar storms last year October, and last year in March. This one is kind of up there along those lines. And this is just from a coronal hole. This isn't like a big CME that's coming and hitting us. It's just a stream of energy that's coming out of the sun that's impacting the earth and giving us this major display. Now, the last couple times we've had big solar storms, it's from repeat incidents where we have one CME that comes in, hits the planet, primes up the magnetosphere around the planet, and then the second one will come in and just resonate and give us a lot of energy. This was totally unexpected for a lot of the people, except I believe Stephen Burns actually, predicted this back in June or something, Laura?
I'm not sure. I don't remember the date.
Yeah, he had talked about this. He had actually went back and he had said between the 13th and the 15th, we're going to get hit with a solar storm based on where the planets were in alignment.
Mars influenced this particular one, and it was curious because not only did it trigger this flash, but then as it went to the other side of the sun, it triggered a secondary one out into space.
Yeah, amazing stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that means the solar cycle's not done yet, which means we could still get that kill shot.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not as well. All right, is that the same as the one we just saw? Yeah, I think this is the same one we just saw. Another great picture, just with all the colors and everything going on. You can see, well, yeah, there's a Starlink going across, but great timed exposure. And that's the thing. The longer the exposure is, the greater the details, the more colors you're going to be getting. That's why in something like this, when you're seeing it as an animation, the colors aren't as bright as they could be. It isn't as detailed. It's because he's probably shooting, 24 frames a second or something to that extent. But, or even 10 frames per second. Either way, those longer exposures give you much better colors. There's some additional ones. Again, amazing shots. Where's this one from? Casper, Wyoming. As a bonus, even got the Milky Way in there. How about that? Seeing our galaxy. Another shot and a fourth one. Just great stuff that's out there. I like to get into this. This is something, I've always liked since I was a kid, but just some of the pictures you're seeing these days. If you can't get out there to enjoy it, at least there's opportunities to still go ahead and enjoy it afterwards. That one was actually in New York. Where in New York was it again? Selkirk, New York. Place I've never been. This was in Fisher, Minnesota, directly overhead. Again, this reminds me of the solar storm we had like last March or April of 2024. That was an amazing night, to say the least. Got another one. Where's this one at? Southern Ontario. So yeah, it was up north, but it also came kind of far south. Let's see what else we've got going here. I'm sure we've got some more in here. Oh, that's just reflections. This one was cool. Up in Nebraska. Just there's almost a split between day and night with a mound or something in the center. I love it. These were in taken at Dan's Point in Eagle Harbor, Michigan, I believe. That one they probably went in and tweaked with the colors and stuff in Photoshop, but still absolutely gorgeous. Here's that one I was kind of talking about, having the rain clouds and everything else with the storm clouds and still seeing the aurora coming through and above it. It's a nice mix of weather. Here's some more insane colors. I think we may have, no, this is different. Here we go. Again, some just gorgeous colors. Now, a lot of times when you're going out there looking at the Aurora Borealis, you're not going to see anything like this with your eyes. You may get some color, but a lot of times you're just going to see gray, wispy stuff going around, and you'll have to bring out your camera to go ahead and actually see what's going on in the sky. Even got it captured from a plane. One of the best places you can see it sometimes. All right, where else are we? There we go. Here's the shot coming from Arizona. They got light pillars. There's someone who was asking, hey, can I see something from, where's Central Illinois or Missouri? And it's like, get a clear spot. You never know what you're going to see. You just need to have a nice long exposure, and potentially you should be able to pick it up. All right, this is another gorgeous one out over the valley with the clouds coming in. Almost looks like the ocean. See if I can find some more. Another great one. This was on my way to Birds Park. She stopped and got the picture of the year. Absolutely gorgeous. What else do we've got here? I've got a ton of them. Let's see if I can just find here. This one is just bright and brilliant and lots of colors and everything. This one's actually in Webster, New York. Again, a lot of things you don't expect you would normally see. Let's see now. That's 40. Where is this one at?
Nice Aurora pictures.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you, Mike. Paul Smith's New York. Not sure where that is. It's got to be upstate New York, but still absolutely gorgeous views. It was.
Yeah. Upstate has a great night sky.
Yeah.
So you can get good pictures like this.
Owasso, Minnesota. They had some great ones as well.
Yeah. They don't have as much light pollution when you go outskirts.
But, even nice. There's some other shot we had from Colorado and stuff, even some of the cities and everything. They had images of this, Mike, going as far south as Phoenix.
Oh, the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah, this one is in Door County.
Nice.
Yeah. Gorgeous again.
It is, yeah.
And that's why if you hear that's going on out and this is going on, get out there, go find it, see if it's going to be in your area and spend some time, because once you see it, you'll be hooked.
You won't forget it.
No. This one looks like
what do we always say on the show? Go outside and look up, right?
Oh yeah, always. Here we go again. Another great picture. Mike, what's interesting, I said this earlier when you weren't here, is this is just from a coronal hole stream that's coming and hitting the planet. It's not like we even got hit by a CME. It just goes and shows you what's going on with our planet and what the weakening of our magnetic field is actually giving us big light shows from kind of relatively small impacts coming from the sun.
Yeah, and I guess if that's true, then God help us if there was a big impact.
Oh, I know. There's this one.
Dr. Ben Davidson has talked about that before, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Naperville, Illinois, near my brother, who's in Batavia. There we go.
Nice.
And that's kind of close to the city, but that's also a decent metropolitan area. So if they're seeing it there, here's one of the good ones. This is Northern Lights in Connecticut. On. There we go.
Connecticut is also pretty rural.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. So what else do we have? There's another one going. This one is in, doesn't say, Kansas. NEM. Else we've
Connecticut is the state of Representative Jim Himes.
Oh, nice.
That we were talking about before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he's another one who was acting like a gatekeeper with Mike Turner.
Oh, yeah. Always trying.
He's still around.
We'll be covering this thing in a little bit. We'll be getting to this little... we'll be getting to this one, Mike. I promise. We're all set up.
I know.
I'll talk about that one again.
It'll be fun.
Directly overhead. That's the kind of stuff I like. Probably up in Wisconsin, up in Canada. Another couple ones directly overhead. Sky is dancing.
Great White North. Yeah, you could see a lot up in Canada.
Yeah.
No, except for Michael. He has a lot of cloud cover.
Exactly. God, here's another one. This one's from New Auburn, Wisconsin. They had an unbelievable light show going on last night. Even mid-state. Even from northern Illinois, there were some good shots that were coming in. Another one with almost a cinnamon rolls, as they call it, as it spirals around back on itself again. All right. Yeah, I go overboard. All right. And that's the end of the Aurora. A couple more. Always got to love a lighthouse with an Aurora. Always a cool shot. And the last couple ones from last night. There we go. Last shots of the night. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, my friend. So, Mike, yeah, the Aurora Borealis came out, and it wasn't boring at all, my friend. Yes, Tom, that's correct.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So, getting
beautiful pictures.
Oh yeah, getting on. I guess let's skip to the fun story tonight. I guess we could call it fun. So, last week, this person popped up.
This is going to be good for the
audience.
Oh
my God! Oh God! He's not in Peru. Where is that again? Back chat. I forget what country he's in again. It's on the title card.
Oh, Peru.
I don't think it's Peru. It's something else. Either way. Jay in the back. Jay Albertson. Panama. Thank you. I was wrong. It's Panama. So there's a compilation video. Okay, so it came out and it was the potato. Exactly. It looked like a potato that he had found and painted silver, and he's trying to talk about it like it's this alien life form that he discovered, and it's growing
and moving.
Now, there are a couple other or more disclosure-oriented shows that are buying into this bullshit. So they're saying, oh, we need to wait. We need to see what the scientific test. Let's just say, Mike, if this was a real extraterrestrial biological entity, EBINs, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Do you think the government would let that sit around his house?
Oh, fuck no. No.
But those
he also claimed that he took a leaf, right, from a plant in his house where he has this shit, and when he put the leaf in contact with this alien parasite, it completely broke down the biological material of the plant leaf where it was disintegrated. Meanwhile, you see this schmuck holding this in his hand all the time.
He's holding it in his hand, and he's also driving, some of the lace stuff. He's driving around with it as in his car like it's a pet dog or something. Right. But he has it in a little safe for safekeeping, I guess, that he can open up and take a look. Let's get to this video on this. It's just one of the big, I guess when you're coming into a drought and there's a bunch of people who want to believe,
they're going to jump all over it.
They will jump up and down like they haven't eaten for a week, and they're at the old spaghetti factory for all you can eat spaghetti.
Right.
Now, remind me, are these other podcasts, Mike, are they saying that the balloons, that the UFO in Yemen is a balloon as well? Have they gone there?
They are.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yep.
They're saying the potato alien is real, but the Yemen UAP, that the Salk Foundation is all over saying it's real, because that's who's speaking for Saul is Merrick von Rennenkamp, right?
Right.
You're
correct.
Latching on to the potato, but throwing the my God, the Yemen UAP out with the bathwater. My God.
They're drinking all the Kool-Aid with the disinformation that's out there. They're buying into it hook, line, and sinker for some reason. Now,
some of the stuff...
These people would know better.
This whole thing that's getting... You know what this reminds me of? This is like a Jaime Maussan story.
Oh, God. yeah, that's not a good sign right there. Big problem.
Yeah. Surprised.
And they're buying into it.
You know, I'm surprised Stephen Greer hasn't volunteered to go check this out in person yet. Give it time. You never know. I may be onto something, but let's get to this video about this. Enough lamenting about it. All right, let's get to. I think we can do it here.
Bijou. He would have had a new bijou.
Yeah,
if
true.
He would have went down there and got it.
Well, this one could be his bijou too, but all right, so this is coming on from. Let's see where we're at. This is someone who's done a dub over to go ahead and talk about it. So let's go ahead. Ah, great! Don't do that to me now. God damn it. Okay. Time. Bring it down a little bit larger so we can see this. All right, here we go. Here's an insight into this thing.
Early September, a meteor crashed in Panama. This TikToker, Kin Panama, documented this. First off, I want to say thanks to Kin for giving us the opportunity to see this firsthand and documenting it so clearly. You know, this man has a well-standing profile. He posts about normal things for years and all of a sudden starts posting this footage. I don't have any reason to believe it's AI. What started to grow off of this meteor had life reactions to it, or has life reactions to it. It moves. It's not feeding off anything. It's not getting air. He's kept it in the dark for the most part. He has put it out in the sun.
Mike, gotta ask the question. Why does putting something in an upside down Tupperware container take away the air?
It doesn't.
You're onto something.
It doesn't seem to affect it. The crash site here is what's really got my attention. It glows phosphorescently or luminescently rather around the site, which is interesting because we find all this luminescent and phosphorescent stuff out of Mexico, and you know it's not something that's common in our world, so it's very interesting to see it in this fashion with no blacklight stimulation whatsoever. I would be curious to see what a blacklight would do to this area for sure.
Okay, really quick. If that is actually, Mike, the spot where it blew up and that's the hole, that hole would be wider than it is deeper.
Right.
And the material would be scattered out a lot farther than what we just saw with the lighting effects.
With no blacklight stimulation whatsoever.
A meteor is moving very quickly, high rate of speed. So there would be a debris field, not what he's showing us in this video.
I would be curious to see what a blacklight would do to this area for sure. So as he continued, you know, every day posting the progress of what this thing's doing, he's posted, you know, dozens of videos.
There's a material out there, and we got another post that goes into this, that when you interrupt something or you gave it a little bit of motion, it causes this thing to kind of flip back and forth and stuff. So
videos, I think there's close to 20
it's a known type of material that they're dealing with
I'm
here.
posting some here to bring awareness to this.
Okay, there you go, Mike. He's petting it. Now, you had said before when he put a leaf on this, it completely broke down
biological material,
the biological material. Why does he still have a finger?
Try to get people to go to TikTok and follow this man to keep up with this. You know, a lot of people reached out to him and asked for, you know, biological samples so they could put it into the lab and see what the heck we're dealing with. You know, the curiosity is very high on this. However, I feel that the danger is also very high if that's the case. He thought it was a plant to begin with, and here we are.
Yeah, that's a plant.
Yeah.
You know,
he also claimed there's no luminescent life on this planet. Well, what do you call all of the sea creatures down in the Marianas Trench where there's zero sunlight?
Well, what do you call there's even basic like phytoplankton or different things that are like cellular size that a lot of times you'll see on some of the ocean. You'll see the surf coming in and it's all bioluminescent. Yeah. There's lots of bioluminescent fireflies. Another one.
Right.
Continues to grow and he continues to post it. They're starting to call it Venom. It looks like a black something, you know. black goo of
oh, look, it instantly transformed from that to that. Okay,
you know,
I buy it.
Black goo of some form, but it's got definite life form. It moves and you know, it was just staying on the meteor and you know, flexing its little tentacles and things of that nature for many days. He started to take samples for scientists. He had the bravery to go in and start cutting these things and creating these samples in these jars, which seem to still have life form. They could be like clones. They may regrow or regenerate. The fact that it's not eating and provides such a life form is very interesting. You know, when the meteor came out, before anything was growing off of it, he had a plant on.
So, Mike, I got to point this out here really quick. You know what I see in this picture right here?
What's that?
That's a camera. Which means he should have video footage of this thing at all times, and we should be able to see it grow, right?
You would think, but he doesn't have that footage.
Hey, you know, Craig Smith has a good idea. Maybe 3i Atlas dropped it off. Oh, black goo nanobots. Yes, absolutely. Someone says he thinks it's a Great Dane in the neighborhood. Yeah, no, someone's just been feeding their dog too much beef liver. All right, let's continue.
On his desk, and it literally killed the leaf that it touched. And
there we go.
So why didn't it kill his finger?
Right.
Or that it was close to. And so he did multiple other tests and showed us that this thing just literally will eat the biological material and burn it up. So as you can see, this thing
what say you?
Yeah, I'm just going to say if 3i Atlas dropped it off, maybe it parachuted down. That's why the hole in the ground is so small.
Oh, true. Yeah. He should check the trees for the parachute.
Yep.
Good one, my friend. Yeah, if anyone doesn't remember, what do you call it? When we had a Muamua coming past, Avi Loeb was convinced that this was potentially an intelligent probe, and as it would pass by the planet, it would drop off probes that would parachute down in our atmosphere to the surface. Okay.
Continues to grow, and this is after he's taken samples off of it. Quite bizarre. I really am speechless. However, doing the work that I do, I know there's a lot of disclosure issues. You can see it.
Got to be careful. It looks like he's got remnants of that creature on his fingers and underneath his fingernails.
So as you can see, this thing continues to grow, and this is after he's taken samples off of it. Quite bizarre.
Now remember, by putting that little bit of medical tape on there, it is sealing it and taking all the air out.
I really am speechless. However, doing the work that I do, I know there's a lot of disclosure issues. You can see it with our congressional hearings. You can see it with the Nazca mummies finally making it to certain mainstream profiles like Jesse Michaels and Joe Rogan. People are starting to take the Nazca mummies more seriously. I don't know how to even take this. The fact he's touching this with his hand here, it creeps me out, to be honest. I mean, this needs to be in a very secure area. This could be an invasive species. You know, scientists have predicted that certain octopus and life forms on Earth, they just showed up here one day. They feel that they may have came by meteor or asteroid, which in this case, I mean, it's...
Oh, now he's the wait a minute. Hold on here. Hold on for a second, folks. The potato is still there. It didn't go away.
It is what it is.
It's clinging to that potato for dear life.
You can see the thing has separated itself from the meteor. It is now a functional life form.
Let's speak, Andy.
Still seems to be gripping onto Bolivia.
Shit. Sorry, I clicked on that when I shouldn't have. Okay. Andy, your hands up.
I was just going to say, a comfort potato.
It's like a pillow.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if he considered if he cut that potato in half and then put some toothpicks into it and dropped it in water, would it sprout?
Yeah, potatoes usually sprout.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You can see the thing has separated itself from the meteor. It is now a functional life form.
Okay, a meteor that would come crashing into the earth and landing, right? I had one of those until my ex-wife went and frickin' pawned it off. They're heavy. It's not light. Molten down. It's really dark and really heavy. Why? Because it was burning on its way through the atmosphere. So here's the thing, folks. Why would a meteor be silver? Because it's the color of the can of paint that he used to paint him, right, Mike?
Yep, that's right.
Oh, did I just screw it up again? No. I screwed it up again. Did I screw it up again? Son of a... All right, it's near the end. Sorry if I keep on pausing on this. Here we go. He's clutching the potato.
Has separated itself from the meteor. It is now a functional life form. Still seems to be gripping onto it, but has detached itself also. So I don't know if the ambient radiation, gamma rays, electromagnetic frequencies, whatever this thing's producing that killed the plants, could be feeding the life form here. I'll be anxious to see what the scientists come up with that he's shipping it to. I pray for all of their safety. I pray for our safety on this, as it could be an invasive...
God, this guy needs to have his own podcast. I bet he's got one. Hopefully we don't get in trouble for covering this, because this is just too good not to cover it. I wonder what would happen if he would eat a piece. Maybe we should give it a try.
Species that we are unaware of, and he may have just cloned it dozens of times and sent it all over the world, making it, potentially something that could cause us a threat. The seeing how
we're
fast
almost
it grows,
done, Dave.
the fact it got off of the tray in the safe, closed in there, moved the glass lid off of there, and strength already, which is insane to me. So
that's where he's at now. Getting over to his site, he's got a ton of videos, and does he have one of these? Oh, there's the original author right now. Let's see, we've got him here with the potato. He's actually driving around with this thing in his car. Here we go. Here's his latest video from today. So here, he's got his little safe in the back of his car. Come on. There we go. Inside his safe with his extra money and everything. Now we know the combination. Oh, wow, look how big it's gotten. Holy cow, that thing's getting huge. Turning into the Audrey, too. Oh, Mike, where does this end? How far is this going to go?
It would depend on how far these people that are trying to get clicks and look for attention want to take it. But this video and this story has already been debunked by scientists that are familiar with this type of material, and they know years ago that they had similar effects.
Yeah.
So this has already been called out for the bullshit that it is.
Oh, yeah, it has. If we can, we've got Michael Sokoloff. Your hand is up, my friend.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a fungus of some kind from the deep forest rather than some alien life, that's for sure.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Don't put your hand down,
and
Michael.
It would be a poisonous fungus because it has black in it.
Mm-hmm. Michael, can you put your hand up again for a second, please?
Yep.
Thank you. I just need to fix this really quick. For some reason, this screwed up on me. SQRD, where did it go? Hold on. Never mind. We'll get past it. I'll fix it later when people don't realize it. All right, so let's get past this. Mike, interesting story, something we had to go ahead and cover. We may have lost a couple people who got bored with it, but, it's one of those things that you just have to go ahead and cover because, when there's a lot of other people clearly spreading, would you call this misinformation or disinformation?
Oh, I would say it's disinformation.
Yeah.
Yep. They're trying to change the topic and get people talking about bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That's textbook classic disinformation.
Yep. Jay, go ahead. Your hand is up.
Yeah, it kind of actually reminds me of one of those sewer blobs that you see in the sewers, that those organisms, they're all like working together as one organism, but they are separate organisms. You know, he could have picked that up in the sewer. You know what I'm talking about, Mike? They have them in New York.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah,
Those
that's a
sewer
good point,
blobs
Jay.
or whatever they're called.
Yep. No, that's a very good point, Jay.
It looks exactly like that, like organisms working together. Like when he says, "Oh, look, there's little tentacles." They look like different organisms, worms that are coming out.
Right. But this story has been debunked. So
Oh yeah.
he's completely full of shit. There's nothing to it. It's all hype. It's all disinformation. So we called it out for what it is, and people, we want to make sure they know what they're looking at and what the truth is. That's why we're covering this. Yep. So Thomas, after the UAP hearing, it's been very quiet. We haven't heard much from Tim Burchett, but I just sent you on X a clip from Matt Laszlo interviewing Tim, talking about the hearing post-disclosure. We can play that. So
of course.
It's a 1-minute video.
Let's find it
to the audience. Breaking UFO news.
Oh, we got that. Okay, Matt Laszlo. Got it. Let me get across to Brave and bring it in here because I'm... Wait a second. Why isn't it... There we go. Copy link and oh, fucking dogs across the street. Behind me. Wait, why isn't it...
These are entities.
Hold on. Copy link address. One more second. Okay.
These are entities.
So it's 1:04.
Yep.
Let's get into this. All right. Here we go. So the intro is post-UAP hearing. UAP caucus co-chair Tim Burchett exclusively tells Matt Laszlo he's got lingering questions on whether or not extraterrestrial life has been hiding in Earth's oceans for decades now. Oh, much longer than decades, Tim, but great question, my friend. Good to see you're still thinking about this. Seems like he's been pushed out, Mike.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
It's not like him to be quiet as long as he's been like this.
Never. All right, so here, let's go ahead and get to it, everybody.
Entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that who knows how long, and that we, you know, we think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here, and they're in...
Maybe they're coming here from another dimension, Tim, not just from way out there.
These deep water areas, and that's why, I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. And we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas. And so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and I mean,
interesting. You know, it sounds like there's going to be more there, Mike, but Matt Laszlo hasn't dropped it yet on Askapole yet.
A good clip.
Yeah. So he put it on it's not even on his regular, it is Substack chat, and that's where this is from, but the usual askapole.com, it's coming soon. But interesting, Mike. Great to hear Tim Burchett going ahead and speculating about non-human intelligence inhabiting our ocean floors. It makes absolute sense to me.
Makes perfect sense to me as well. The data and the research has shown that. We're well aware of it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, my friend. keeping the conversation on disclosure and the UFO hearing. Mike, it seems we're dealing with a balloon gate at this point again. There are many. It's like everyone's lining up. Okay, so you got Chris Leto. Granted, he was a pilot and he has 2 hours flight log time flying a plane. He's looked at displays a lot. He's not an imaging expert. Is it safe to say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And some of the other hosts from different shows out there, Matt Ford and others, even Fettuccine Split, or these used to be disclosure memes. There's so many people that have lined up and all saying it's a balloon, it's a balloon, it's a balloon. Yet you have, is it Pro Pixel? They're called, yes. I believe. Yeah, and they're going out there and they've been, it's been Pro Pixel. And it's been, what do you call it? Skywatcher came out, and Merrick von Rennenkampf, the Soul Foundation. Soul Foundation has been very loud saying, no, this is a UAP. So who do you believe? Do you believe the ex-military guys? Or do you believe the scientists?
I believe the scientists, always.
Yes.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Because they know, they've done the video analysis of this video. So they know what they're looking at. And they have a lot of experience to know if it's a prosaic video or if it's anomalous. And the conclusion is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's anomalous. But you and I knew that already. We looked at the video and we knew.
I could have sworn I had a video that was like 30 seconds long of them meeting with Skywatcher, but it's not. It's the full video, which we can't play. Dang it.
Right.
All right. So we've got. Let me get the description on this. We'll see what we can do to get this one up here. I thought I had something else cached. I bet you if I look for it a little bit. Let me just see what I can do to find it, Mike. I'll let you chat with our panel for a second. I want to find this video.
Yeah. You can go also to the last couple of minutes of that episode. And they basically, in a nutshell, explain what they did and what the video is. And also that anyone that wants to claim it has prosaic origins, like it's a balloon, their conclusion is that just prove it. Just show them other videos and of a balloon being hit by a Hellfire missile and having it bounce off. And they'll open their mind to it. But there is no video like that because that never happened. It's not a balloon.
1 second.
Yeah.
Mike, I have a quick question for you. Why do you think they took down this UFO? Do you think that it was showing aggression?
Oh, it's. I can answer that, Tim.
Go ahead.
It's because what the federal government has said in the past, that in places where there's foreign conflict and our forces run into UAP, there is an active effort to try and shoot these things down. Now, they're not doing it over the United States, but they've been involved in this in the Middle East for a pretty long period of time, right, Mike?
Yeah, because it's a war zone, Thomas.
Right, and they can get away with it.
Any place that there's combat, they're not going to be called out for their policy or that they're even shooting at these things. Yeah. They don't have to acknowledge it. That's why they do that.
Something else. I'll bring this up, and I'm going to go here. I'm going to walk the line on this one a little bit, Mike, but I think we need to. Okay. Let's bring up the map. Let's have some fun with this. All right. So here is the worldwide map of what we're talking about. On the south, we have Yemen, right?
Yeah. Right
on the northeast border of Yemen is Oman and the Gulf of Oman. Yep. Oman is a country that, and actually including the UAE and 15 others, if you want to call it sister countries in the area, they have a group of countries that are working together to go ahead and look. It was for some initiative for 2030, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were looking to investigate this topic to determine what they could find out, because there was a lot of hotspots in those countries
in
those
this
areas.
area. More
Right.
so that they've reached out to certain individuals because they have unlimited funds, and there's sultans there who want to go ahead and ensure that when the truth comes out about the things that are flying around in their skies, they don't want their government, their military, their scientists, their local government, their citizens, or their religion to be disturbed or to be altered when the truth of UFOs come out. This is
Right.
Oman, which is right next to Yemen. So I would have to say that the things they've been seeing flying in and around Oman, and more importantly, the Gulf of Oman, directly relate to the same objects, Mike, that they're seeing in Yemen.
It has to be. It's
100%.
It's their backyard. Yeah.
So they're saying this, this is probably a balloon and other thing. There's a lot of different cases where if this were a balloon, it was shot, and those other balloons were there, they should have fallen straight to the ground because this object was only a couple hundred feet off the ground, out of the water. It's there. So what's there? What's going on? This is a big hot spot for UFOs in the world, believe it or not. I know a lot of people don't know about it, but this is something I've been aware of since 2021 at least, I believe, Mike.
Right.
So,
Oh, yeah, 2021. Yeah, 4 years
so
ago.
and Saudi Arabia is here, UAE, Oman, you have all these different countries in the area that all work together as a coalition, and they're very concerned about potentially what could go on with disclosure and what would happen to their society. So, there's that question, Mike, they always say, is the United States people ready for it? And everyone says, oh yeah, we're ready for it. Here you've got a government that is literally trying to figure out what they have to spend, what they have to do to make sure their people can handle the truth. So, in the country right next door, you've got them going ahead and trying to shoot something down. Gee, I wonder why. Because we have the opportunity to, Mike. We want that tech.
Oh,
we
yeah.
may not be able to reverse engineer it, but the more we get, the more we could potentially learn.
That's true. But the last thing that our government was expecting was that this thing would completely deflect a Hellfire missile and continue on its way like nothing had happened.
Yeah.
So that's why this video is so important, because it was a wake-up call for our government that we can't impact them if they don't allow us to, with anything that we could throw at them.
Correct. And it looks like
Right.
this thing bounced off it. The thing wasn't pierced, and it just prepared for it, but it kept on going. It didn't deflate. It didn't fall.
No.
No.
It fishtailed a little bit
Yeah.
from the kinetic energy, but it kept going on its way.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it
So,
had those three objects that came directly out of the back that continued along the same path at the same speed and went into formation. Three identical objects. So, yeah, that's anomalous. That's certainly not a balloon. No balloon I've ever seen is able to do something like that.
no,
So, right.
absolutely.
It's anybody that's going down the path that this is a balloon, wholeheartedly, 100%, they're showing their ignorance, unfortunately.
Well, we could say that, but like all the other shit that happened this weekend, if we don't have something nice to say, we'll try and keep on not saying it.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Good
Oh, yeah.
point.
Oh yeah. So okay, so I've got this queued up. We're at the last 5 minutes. Will that cover it?
Yeah, it should.
So again, this is coming to us from UAP analysis of a new class of UAP. This is Pro Pixel Video Analysis, Research and News. They got, oh my God, Mike, he only has 2,000 subscribers.
I know.
All right, folks, give this guy a break.
Follow him, follow the channel, and he does really good videos and does excellent work. He's a great video, does analysis on it.
Yes.
Good channel.
Information to share on.
Yes. All right. So here we go. Let's go ahead and play the last 5 minutes of this video. Hopefully we'll kick in. But this is the guy from ProPixel, which his name is Billy. And who's the guy they have from Skywatcher again? James Fowler.
That's it.
James Fowler.
He's with Skywatcher.
He's one of the founders of Skywatcher, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's the chief scientific science analysis for Skywatcher, James Fowler.
Let's let him get into this. Here we go.
I'll call it the UAP and mothership. The three items ejected. Again, where are those found? Who makes them? What objects are those if they are prosaic? I don't think it's sufficient to say, oh, that's a balloon and that's debris. I think we've shown that there's a myriad of evidence that suggests it's not the case. And I think really the burden is on the folks saying this is prosaic to show us the money. Show us how this is prosaic. Explain these four-cornered Class 10 tesseract lookalikes. Explain the spikes facing the direction of flight. Explain the deflection of the balloon. I am completely open to those things. We don't have enough data yet to make any declarations or determinations, but we have anecdotal evidence and maybe perhaps more than anecdotal to say there's something anomalous here that needs to be explored and discovered and discussed. And I would love for debunkers, as much as I cringe at saying the word debunker, just because it denotes a lack of sincerity and effort, I would love for folks to show us items that look like this. Show us something like a balloon, if you will. Again, show us that shape. Where does it exist? Who's blowing those up? Who's making them? And then also the same thing for the Class 10, perhaps, because I would love to be wrong here. I'm not married to UAPs. I'm very interested in the truth and pursuing the truth of things and understanding what's in our skies and what threats they represent, if there is a threat. Because as is evidenced, if this thing was over the ocean and shot down by MQ-9 Reaper and Hellfire, could it not be over Wisconsin or New York? And the evidence is that we're seeing reports from Europe, through the Americas, a lot of North America, of similar objects, whether they're jellyfish or Tic Tacs in our airspace, in our skies, with manned aviation in vicinity ad nauseum. So, I think there is a threat here of perhaps loss of life or impact with manned aviation and manned assets. So I think that's the big question here of was this a Houthi Iranian-made weapon system? Was this a U.S. NATO assessment of a technology, or was this anomalous activity in the airspace? And if it is anomalous, it matches the concepts we discussed, as well as presents the question of what threat does this represent to manned aviation, operating at 12,000 feet MSL, which is well within controlled airspace when it is over land or near airports.
Yeah, my big question is, what is it doing, right? If it's not something that we made or put up there, what is it doing, right? It's doing something, because they're not out.
And more importantly, Mike, like you brought up the question, why the fuck did they try to shoot it down?
Right. That's right. Unless they consider it to be a threat, unless they know something that they're not telling the public or Congress, and they're trying to deal with it as best as they can. But as we see in this video, they failed.
Right.
So that's a bad realization for them, for our government.
And they should be able to, any of the people that are debunking it, they have all this experience, should be able to bring to the table examples of this kind of an object that they're trying to call it out as, and what it will look like on a FLIR scope.
Exactly. Show us other balloons out there that have deflected a Hellfire missile and kept going on its way.
Yeah.
They can't, because there's no such thing. There's no video. There's no balloon that could do that. So no, of course they can't disprove that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. There's no data they can come up with that would substantiate their claim that this is a balloon. Yeah. Bullshit.
And here's the thing, folks. There's people out there complaining, say, "Oh, I'm getting attacked on all the social media for stuff because I'm saying I think it's a balloon." Whoever thinks it's a balloon, let them think it's a balloon. Good for them. No reason to be, you could just go ahead and cordially tell them what you think, but it doesn't need to drop down to a swan level, does it, Mike?
No, it doesn't.
And for that means just like losing and dropping 4-letter words and everything else. No, it's just if they choose to be an ostrich and put their head in the sand, let them.
But like Jim Fowler just said, if they're positive that this is a prosaic object and it is a balloon, then all they have to do is show examples of other balloons that have done that. Go ahead, prove it.
Yeah. And apparently this is the picture of the Engon, whatever it is, one of the things that Skywatcher has observed, where it's a cube that has 4 additional cubes on its corner and goes around it and stuff. And they have video footage of stuff like this. It would be nice if they'd all share it as well. I know that a lot of their information is hush hush, but if if you got it, show it. Otherwise, it's just another pair of socks stuffed in your pants.
That's it. There you go. Good point.
Out there doing that, and for no reason whatsoever. It's very clearly they were on mission. So it's what is that? Is it protection, right? Yeah, and like James said, I'm not married to the UAP thing either. Same thing. I hate the word debunk, but there's a lot of times where I'll get a lot of videos and I have to explain to people that that's really not something. It's this or that. So I do try to teach people as well when they send me videos that, this is the reason why this is what you're seeing and why it looks like that, and this is what that is.
And we did that tonight, right? I sent you a video off X of somebody filming what looked like a TicToc, and I said, It sounds like they're outside their car. But I didn't analyze it. You pulled up and said, nope, they're inside their car. It's a reflection. And immediately we're like, yep, that's just somebody in their car not realizing that they're filming an image that's reflected off of their window.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yeah. Pepper's ghost. That's a Pepper's ghost trick.
Yep.
All right. So I think that pretty much covers it, James. I mean, it's, we talked about the impact. We talked about, all the things kind of.
So there's a lot of stuff out there of what it could be. A lot of people out there, Mike, are trying to figure out what it couldn't be and what it isn't. But it's coming down to a lot of he said, she said at this point with no real evidence. But you know who's got the real evidence? The people who have a lot more video footage of this, which is the federal government. And the federal government still to this day will not acknowledge this video even exists. Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, because it makes them look bad. It makes them look like with the almost $1 trillion a year defense budget that they're not able to protect or defend us from these objects if they turned hostile.
But wait a minute, Mike. We've never had domain over our skies, ever, or domain over our oceans or our planet or anything. Ever since, we had the initial U.S. airmail back in the day, 100 years ago. Those were some of the first planes that were actually forced to land by UFOs, or kind of UFOs that were going on up in Alaska. We've never had domain over our skies. And for us to say we're afraid to bring this out so the public may think that we don't control our skies, well, have we ever really?
Obviously not, because we don't have any weapons that could have any effect on them, including our nuclear arsenal, because as you know, we've covered this, in 1967, Malmstrom Air Force Base, they shut down 10 of our ICBMs instantaneously and turned our nukes off. At the same time, they turned the Russian nukes on.
Yeah.
So they have control over our strongest weapons. We don't. Yeah. And they let us know that.
Quick thing coming from the chat. Are you saying, I don't know my name, says... Some common sense. Why shoot down a balloon with a highly expensive missile when a jet could do the same with a few high-caliber bullets? Come on, really? A missile for a balloon?
Yeah.
And if they're saying it's a weather balloon, why would they spend... How much do those Hellfire missiles cost, Mike? Too much? Besides,
like $250,000.
Find out. Dun, 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 dun. We'll get the answer. $250,000, $250,000, maybe more. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they cost between $130,000 to $250,000 per round. Yep. However, depending on what's going on, they can go in the mid to low $100,000s to $300,000 per missile.
Depends on how it's equipped.
Yes,
that's about right. Yeah, I was in the ballpark.
So why spend $250,000 to shoot down a balloon?
They wouldn't. That's the simple answer.
Yeah.
So there's no way in hell they're going to waste that kind of money in an active war zone. What's their primary mission? Their primary mission is to take out hostile drones.
Well, the primary mission is to go ahead and deal with the people in Yemen. Weren't they blowing up ships that were coming through the canal?
Yeah, the commercial shipping lanes.
Yeah.
They were blowing up the cargo ships.
So the AIM 9X Sidewinder that was brought to my attention by someone in the chat who said, Marcus Mandel said, AIM 9, Mike, those cost between $300,000 and $500,000 each missile, between $300 and $500.
More expensive avionics on board because the AIM's 9X Sidewinders are strictly air-to-air missiles, not air-to-ground.
Well,
so they only take out air targets. Sidewinders.
Yeah.
So they're more money. They cost more money because they have had more expensive electronics on board to navigate and track.
Right.
So, yeah, they won't be wasting this kind of money on a balloon. It's simple math.
Unless our government spares no expense when it comes to military, but usually, well, you never know.
Not on a fucking balloon, they wouldn't. If they confirmed it was a balloon, there's no way they would be wasting that money.
True.
Plus, yes, you have to understand, these AIM, these MQ-9 Reaper drones are on patrol. There were two of them that tracked this object and fired on it. They work to protect the commercial the shipping lanes. They're not going to be wasting the limited ammunition on these drones because they don't have an endless, infinite amount of these types of missiles. Very limited amount. They're not going to fire it for no reason. That's the point.
Talking about missiles, just not meaning to jump off the subject, but it's something that's there. Let's go ahead and bring this up and enjoy it. All right, Mike, here we go. So this is coming to us from earlier this week. People were talking about there was a UFO that came in and was shot down in China. And then they were saying it was a meteor that was shot down in China. What we're looking at, Mike, is an advanced weapons system test in China shooting down one of their own missiles with their anti-missile technology.
Almost like they're getting ready for something. Like a conflict with another superpower.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder who that is.
Hey, you know what? We've got our own Golden Dome.
Yeah.
But does it come with a golden shower? Wait, Trump's not there, so probably not. Oh, my God.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a good segue. Speaking of Trump, isn't he in the news recently?
When is he not in the news?
No, but hasn't he made a decision about some domestic terrorism organizations in our country?
Oh, Antifa.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Antifa, the people who have been occupying downtown Portland for the last 90 days, harassing disabled elderly black women and throwing threats her way because she's been reporting on their occupation outside the ICE facility in Portland. Oh, yeah, that ICE. Oh, the same ICE that our friend who shot Charlie Kirk was radicalized with.
Yeah.
As a trans Tifa part of it. It sounds like they're going to be going ahead and taking Antifa and finally turning it into either a terrorist organization or something else like with the RICO Act, right, Mike?
That's correct. Trump wants to deal directly with the Attorney General and now start prosecuting these organizations and shutting them down lock, stock, and barrel.
Yep.
If you ask me, it's about time.
You know what's been going on in the cities and across the United States reminds me of, Mike? It reminds me of the old Batman movies where you had all the corrupt politicians who were in league to protect the criminals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, supervillains.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with now. J.B. Pritzker is one of them. Hello, sir. Fred Flintstone, kind of, but yeah, yabba dabba doo.
Yeah.
What a mess.
So
What a
the real
mess.
villains are the people running these local governments that are allowing these organizations to run rampant with impunity, and the citizens are not safe.
Oh yeah. Now we got the Democrats going. They have to say it. Let's have some fun with it. Now we've gone to protecting the narco terrorists who are transporting drugs on boats. We're blowing up, and we're saying we're taking care of innocent citizens. At least this time they had evidence of what was on the boat, what was being loaded on the boat, what time the boat left, and more importantly, what time we blew it up.
Right.
It happens.
Yeah. So it seems like there's going to be a hot time in the old town tonight if Trump starts going after these organizations and what they've been doing.
Oh, if it is, and we will be there covering, because we've had our eyes on Antifa for a while for what they've been doing to poor elderly disabled women in frickin' Portland. It's disgusting. It's horrible.
It's domestic terrorism that's being allowed to run rampant by the local governments.
She's elderly, she's disabled, and she's colored. So there's three flags for you, everybody. She deserves protection that's not getting handled because Portland is, well, it's a cesspool. But, going on federal government right now, we got a beautiful picture here. We got to show this one. You guys enjoy this one. All right, so here we go. We got Daniel Radcliffe. This is a really cool picture. It's really white and gray. Of Daniel Radcliffe standing next to Anna Paulina Luna. I know she's kind of small in there, but we'll make her, we'll leave with that. And what is she saying? She said, now remember, director James Radcliffe used to be the ODNI under Trump V1 version 1, right? Under 45. He said they were trying to work their damnedest to go ahead and bring out UFO disclosure before the transition happened, and they ran out of time.
That's what he said.
He said the most things about what has been seen, what we know, that anyone else in the federal government has ever said, or in the executive branch to date. Now, he is now in charge of the CIA that supposedly has the OGA, the Office of Global Access, that they use to go ahead and recover and deal with UFOs and all that stuff that they shot down,
all
right?
Around the world.
All around the world, like the stuff in Yemen, potentially.
Yes, exactly.
OGA would have been dispatched to go ahead and pick up whatever they shot down so they can have the technology.
It's basically an intelligence operation to recover these craft.
Right. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why hasn't Radcliffe come forward in his new position and given us any direct information on that? He certainly could have now. He hasn't run out of time.
Oh, all we've gotten so far, Mike, is
we ain't found shit.
Yep.
They haven't given us shit. Right. Now, Anna Paulina Luna asked him on February 18th or so, give me all the information from the executive branch so I can disclose the information about aliens and ET and all that stuff. Nothing to date has been released from the halls of the CIA. Now, today, Anna Paulina Luna, who is the chair lady of the, I can call her that. Can I, a chairwoman?
Yes, you can.
I can call her a chairperson, but close enough. Anyway, Anna Paulina Luna, today over on X, said Director Radcliffe has been instrumental in obtaining previously hidden and undisclosed files regarding assassinations of MLK, RFK, and JFK. Where the fuck are UFOs? Oh, that's right. He didn't give any up yet. He is for transparency, and he is the patriot we need leading the CIA. I am honored to work alongside Radcliffe in Congress to carry out presidential orders like declassify the fucking UFO files, right?
Right, but he has a boss to answer to.
And John Radcliffe said, thank you, Rep. Luna, for visiting the CIA. As a chairwoman of the Task Force for the Classification of Federal Secrets, we have a shared commitment to fulfill POTUS priorities on transparency and accountability to the American people. And what did I say? Now do UFOs. Isn't that the same line Schmuck Schumer used before?
Yeah, it is.
Now do UFOs. Come on. You're talking about this, all this transparency, but why does Luna knowingly leave out UFOs in this? Why is she just kissing the brown rim?
Because she also has a boss that she has to answer to.
Oh, Mr. Coleman? Mike Johnson?
Ultimately, they all seem to be working directly under the White House. That's who's been calling the shots. And we haven't gotten any information about the drones or UAP or anything. And we're not going to.
Delta Echo got it, Mike.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said the brown ring. Ha ha ha.
Ah, nice. Yeah. Well, it's a version of brown nosing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Kiss the brown ring.
Yep.
Yeah, kiss my ass, my friends. Yes, we need disclosure and we want it now. What other people saying? Transparency for UAP. We hope to please. No, give us the fucking UFO files.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Give us the information. Yeah.
JFK, blah, blah, blah. Galactic Federation of Light, wonderful. Oh, CIA scum. Oh, that's not nice. Can I have it work for you? There we go. Oh my God. Has anybody out there been watching the latest versions of South Park? Oh my God. Last week's episode. Fox News super alert. Oh my God. Yes, we can now undeniably say that Donald Trump is. Oh my God. It is so fucking hilarious. My God. I'm in the center. You got to be able to laugh on both sides. And my God. I love how they do JD Vance's tattoo.
Yep.
Hey, Bob.
That's hysterical.
Oh, it is. It's just so wrong. Yeah, I've got some video clips on here. I need to get some more video clips. Oh my God, it is so freaking crazy. What else we've got going on here? Oh, what a day. When we're getting down talking about South Park, you know where we're headed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, where we're headed. Yes, it's true. RO has released another video today. That's been coined. What a waste of time. Yes, my friends, our friends over at RO has given us yet another video that they have said, oh, sorry, we figured it out. It's a balloon. So it seems, Mike, the only thing that RO was able to figure out is if it's a balloon or not. They never show us anything that's worth anything, do they?
No.
Because it's
Only
a matter of national security, and they never will, were they?
No, they won't.
Yeah. All right. This one goes on for a bit. I'm gonna head to the let's get this going here. You got 7 minutes of glorious. The hell? No, done with Tim, done with the BZ, getting into here. Here we go. All right. Got 7 minutes of video here to prove that it's a balloon. I'll rescue you guys in about 30 seconds. About a minute, I'll be right back. Here we go. Now, Mike, there's not going to be any audio on here. I think this little thing right here, that's what they're following, is this dot. That's going, I have to say, it's going pretty fast in comparison to the clouds below. Yeah, I wonder if this is the same cloud texture of what they used for MH370.
Yep. But that was debunked. So that was bullshit too.
Oh, those videos? Yeah, of course they were.
Mm-hmm. So is this.
Okay, they don't try to zoom in on it at all. They're following it. But apparently this is a balloon. Wait a second, hold on. Back a second here, damn it. Okay. It looks like it's changing direction back and forth.
Yeah.
Depending on how the source camera is moving. But it was going like to the left before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And now it's going back to the right.
Yeah.
And now it's going down. Smartest balloon ever, yeah, Craig. When do balloons change directions like that? And start speeding up? Did you just see that? It just accelerated.
Yeah, they usually don't, but according to Arrow, this is a prosaic video of a balloon.
Going down. Going back to the right. And this is just going straight across. Yes, there could be a raccoon in that balloon, surreal, controlling it. Oh, yes, Nathan, I don't think it's a... wait a minute, this just changed directions completely.
So what's Arrow claiming? It's an artifact of the camera angle?
Yeah, but it even speeds up and slows down. Now it's changing directions as the camera continues to go to the right. Audience would love to see the expressions on my face. I'm just like, what the... Okay. I don't know. For me, it's hard to say this is just a balloon. You know who'd be an expert on balloons these days? Chris Leto. He should take a look at this and see what he thinks if it's actually a balloon.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to look at the parallax of the other clouds and what they're doing when they're moving it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it, like right now, they're moving a little bit to the right, but it's kind of like now it's going up, and they're having to chase it going up, right?
Right.
But it's a balloon.
According to Arrow, it's a balloon, and they debunked it.
I'm not sure where they're buying those balloons. It's clearly not Party City because Party City's out of business these days.
That's true. They are.
Now they're trying to zoom in on it. I'll be back in about 30 seconds, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll just watch the video. While we're listening to this silent video, Jay, do you have something to add? Jay, I see
I was going to say that. I was going to say that unfortunately, there is a podcast out there trying to put out that it was a balloon. They had what they said was an Army missile ammunition expert on that said that determining like by what he could see on the instruments on the top of where the compass was and how far away it was with the bottom screen showed on the left, on the right. He said it was only going 60 kilometers per hour and it could have been a balloon. And then they were like, well, then why did it like not explode? And he was like, oh, that's easy because there wasn't enough force acting on it for the warhead to actually activate, and that's why it didn't explode. And I was like, this guy is like Yeah.
Ex-military, right?
Yeah.
Here's one question I have to bring up. Is patriotism getting in the way of some of these analysis that we're hearing?
Probably. I would say so, because if there's a missile expert out there and he thinks he knows what he's talking about, he's gonna say what he thinks he knows.
So then the question that should have been put to him when he made those comments is, in his experience, how many other videos exist of a Hellfire missile shooting a balloon? Oh, I know, 0.
Yeah, no, I know. There, it was only like a 35-minute podcast or something. It was on that UFO podcast.
Oh, okay.
It was on yesterday. I think I linked it in the chat. I said it was a great analysis, meaning ha ha ha, great analysis.
Yeah, sarcasm goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's because these people, this video with the it is clickbait, but the Hellfire missile video, for people that see that and what it looks like, it's shocking. It's anomalous. It's not prosaic. It's not a balloon. So they're trying to downplay this for the public to a degree, I believe, to not scare the living shit out of people, that there could be an object or objects that are completely resistant to any of our munitions and weapons out there on the field.
I 100% agree, because it wouldn't support our national interest to give away anything that would hinder us at all.
Exactly. That's right, Jay. Plus, it also doesn't justify the nearly $1 trillion a year budget that the Department of Defense receives.
Yeah, or the money that's missing.
Oh, the 60% that they can't account for. They fail every audit year in and year out. And no explanations as to where that money went, where it is. It's just a real shit show.
Oh, yeah, I'm there with you.
And that's the end of the video.
Yeah, that's great. Arrow puts a video like this out there and tells everybody, look, it's a balloon, to really make the general public, who is not as knowledgeable on this particular subject, thinking what they're looking at is in fact a balloon. So it's disinformation. And that's how the government has been able to hide and cover this up for so long. They put confusing messages out there for people who are not as knowledgeable as they could be.
They never are, Mike.
Oh, I know.
Oh, but more breaking news. Come on. I've got another video, Mike. Coming to us from Jon Stewart. An absolutely jaw-dropping footage is his former military intelligence analyst who found a stray dog in the UFO community named Jon Stewart. Eddie has lived up to every promise. Okay, so we've got a video here. Let's just go ahead and play this before we get past all this schmuckery and just get into the video. I'll let the audience decide for yourself if you think this is real or not, and whether or not someone paid $2,000 to get this video produced. Here we go.
Years to dig it up, to excavate it. I don't know what happened to the craft, but I know this is legitimate. Check this out.
Why is that UFO so huge, Mike, if it's real?
Well, simple answer. It wouldn't be.
Because they talked about a craft that was so large, it landed into the side of a mountain, whatever it was, but it wasn't only like 30 or 40 feet across?
Something in that ballpark, yes.
This looks like something more, I hate to say it, from a sci-fi movie than it looks like something that would be from an actual non-human intelligence, because they talk about the craft being smooth and seamless and all that kind of stuff. This looks like things have been hooked together here.
Yeah, it's not.
It almost looks like from the background, this is in a giant strip mine. Exactly what it is. See how there's layer and layer and layer going up, and the different areas where they come down. This is in a giant strip mine.
Yep.
So supposedly we've got a UFO. There's some vehicles, dump trucks, and other stuff down around it that was actually crashed into a strip mine. I don't know.
Yeah,
seems interesting. But if it's something that's that big, they wouldn't be able to hide from satellites, would they?
Oh, hell no.
No.
Anything out in the open, the satellite's going to pick right up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Just trying to see if there's anything else out there that we've missed on X so far today. I don't think there is, Mike.
No, I don't think so either. But hey, we covered a lot of stuff tonight anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a fun conversation, so we picked up on what was out there and what's current.
Oh, and ProPixel Video has another example they put up today showing the example between the, let's get to this here. Difference between the Yemen UAP and the Chinese spy balloon, which is a good example to look at and get into, and they go through the full video showing what happens
Mach 1.3
when the balloon gets shot by the Sidewinder back then. Look how the balloon reacts and deflates and goes into a bunch of small pieces. Yet this thing, whatever it is, maintains its shape. In other words, it wasn't a balloon.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Let's get back into here if there's anything else. We're kind of good, actually.
Yep. It's about that time again.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Here we go. This is a cool fucking picture. This is really cool. All right. This is a satellite picture of last night's Aurora displays. So you could see it going directly overhead. It was really crazy in northern and over and throughout Canada and up into Alaska last night. No wonder why they were seeing it so much in this part of the United States and up in Maine and everything, because they're damn close to it. The problem with being in Seattle, Mike, is rarely the Aurora usually kicks north at this spot, going up in here, which means I'll never see shit.
Right. That's exactly right.
All right. On that note. Nope. Let's get out of here. Mike, great show tonight, my friend.
It was a lot of fun. Great conversation. I appreciate all the work you put into this, Tom.
Actually, we got one person in the back with his hand up. Yeah, Freezer Man, go ahead before we wrap this up. Freezer Man. Bradley, wake up. You're muted. I think it's been a while. Maybe you'll talk after the show. On that note, my friend. Hey, I tried. I did try. On that note, I do want to go ahead and thank for our super chats we got tonight. What am I talking about? We had 2 super chats come in. One from Dragon. Another one for Verndu. Thank you very much, everybody. This is a fun program. We appreciate everybody's love and support for what we do here at Disclosure tonight. More importantly, I want to thank our audience. Thank you for being here, Mike. Thanks for being part of the show tonight, my friend.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was a lot of fun tonight, Thomas. You did a great job with everything, with the videos. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And as the audience fades out, let's go ahead and say, as we usually say at the end of every episode of Disclosure tonight, eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone. Don't forget to go outside and look up. But
go back to Party City where you belong.
Catch you on the flip side. Good night, everybody. See you soon. Bye.